Boom, boom. How's it going? How's it going? Yeah, it's TJ here and Taura Jack. And here it is what it is, right? Today we just want us to talk about a little bit more about partnerships. And in terms of partnerships, how do you actually know this partner is right for you? And that's really the question that we want to address. A lot of people have been DMing me and say, TJ, how do I know that this partner is good for me? And if you've never been here before, hey, welcome aboard. This is where we talk about anything and everything around property. And we do this down here in South Africa. And I've got properties that we rent out. We've got around about over 200 tenants, 350 students. And I enjoy talking about this because me and you get educated around this. So today, let's tune in and watch out all about partnerships. Partnerships that bring success. Yeah. Right, awesome stuff. As it is, Wednesday partnerships, that's what it's all about. And let's unpack about this thing, right? So the first thing that I want to talk about is that if you are wanting to go into partnerships, everyone wants a partner. Everyone has to have a partner at some point in time. That's what life is all about. You can't do life on your own. You have to do life with other people. So how do you do that? The first thing that you need to be doing is that obviously you need to know who you are. If you don't know who you are, then it is pretty difficult to partner up with someone because you actually don't know who you are, right? That's number one. What do I mean by that? Right. So for instance, if you are to invest with me, alongside me, are you a passive person or are you an active person, right? So if you don't know that about yourself, then it's pretty difficult because when we start doing business together, you might want to be coming in to understand what's happening. And the role that I've actually given you is that of a passive person. So by you coming in to ask the questions of, hey, TJ, I want to be able to help pulling up the bricks from here to there, I'm going to look at you. I'm like, brah, what you talking about? You're supposed to be on the bench enjoying your process. So who are you? That's the first question. The second question that we then want to address is, who are you partnering up with? And this question here, I think it has many, many facets around it. And these facets is we need to kind of like unpack them. I'm always hearing people saying that, you know, you need to be hanging out with like-minded people. Is that correct? I've been partnering up with people. It doesn't mean that. It is 50% in terms of winning the game, in terms of who are you partnering up with, that word, like-mindedness. Yes, I did say it. So it is about, yes, being like-mindedness. However, that's not everything. I want to give you an example. I had a partner, and this particular partner, they were okay, right? She had inherited around about 10 million rand, and really working for her was not that thing. And there I was on the other side of the town. I am expecting that she's my partner, so she needs to come into the office. She needs to come in at 8 o'clock in the office, bend the candle like I am doing all the way to 9, 10 o'clock. And for her, she's like, nah, I've put in my money. I've got enough money. I can only work from 10 to 3 o'clock. Boom! Already there's a clash there. It almost looks like she is working less, irrespective of how you have crafted the partnership. Now, had I known myself, I would have said at this particular junction, look, you're a partner. What do you want? And if she knows herself, she says, hey, I want to work flexible hours. So we disclose that. It's flexible hours. You come in as and when you want. But the thing is that we don't give you key activities in the business. We give you stuff that is flexible, that gets done when it gets done. Not to say that we are looking for deals and you coming in at 10 o'clock and you go home at 3 o'clock and there is someone else still calling in for deals and things like that. So I might start feeling like you're not pulling the weight, whereas your lifestyle is totally different from what you're trying to achieve. So yes, we are like-minded, We know where we are going together. But the point here is that in terms of how we want to get there, there's a huge difference here. So once we are talking about that, then do we then start talking about, hey, you need to be coming into the office at 8 o'clock and leave at 12 o'clock? Is it a rule of thumb? Not necessarily so. You can see people that are hardworking. You can see people that are pushing. You can see what's important to other people. And I just want to hang on to this one to say, what is important to people? If you understand what is important to people, then that way you're able to serve them better in the partnership itself. So for a long time, I used to have this problem, and this problem was like almost like whenever I get a good service provider, right? Someone who's delivering, someone who's able to do their job, they're working their superpowers. I'm like, you know what? I want this guy to be my partner. And I would immediately start proposing having partnerships and things like that. I speak about that in my book, From M5, the book that I wrote, which is called From Bedhead to Property Mogul. And you can literally go in, request for your book. It's for free. You can get it for free, right? Request for your book online and it will get delivered to you. You just need to pay for the courier fees. But whilst I was in that conversation of, what is it that they like and what is my dislike, I actually realized that for many reasons, I'll give you an example. When I partnered up with this other service provider, I realized that they were good being a transactional partner. What do I mean by that? People are motivated differently, right? And that's very important to understand when you're going into partnerships, what motivates the other person. So for me, I get motivated when I'm building assets, maybe because when I was born with no assets at all, and I come from a family that doesn't have any assets at all. So my motivation is building, 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 and building, and building, and building, and building, and building. I like building stuff. That's my thing. That's why you see me going and buying all these big buildings, because maybe I didn't have. It doesn't matter really the reason behind it, but the fact of the matter is I come from a family that is not rich, and for that reason, I want to be able to, when I go and see Jesus, my family is rich, and the course of my family is changed from here on. And the culture that is then instilled within me and my family is the culture of buying assets. Whether it is businesses, whether it is houses, it doesn't matter. Rich people do not work for money. Rich people work for assets. So I want to be in that corner where I am working for assets that will pay me for the rest of my life together with those that are around me. Now, take the other service provider. The other service provider, she is intrigued. She enjoys transactions. When she does something, she wants to get paid. And I'm like, yeah, you can get paid, but let's put the bulk of that money away so that it can give us assets. Oof, very, very painful exercise. The first time round it happened, she was like, it's okay. The second time round, and it happened, and she was like, nah, we need to be throwing a party in here. We worked so hard, so let's take 20% off it, and we need to celebrate. Hey, there's nothing wrong with celebrating achievements. I enjoy doing that. But in this phase of my life, I am saying I can celebrate a little bit later. Let me take 5% and I can celebrate. That's kind of like celebrating McDonald's style, maybe, or even chicken licking style. And it's just like, hell no, we gotta need to do helicopter style experience to Durban. Ha ha ha, 5-star. And I'm like, okay, I think we're going excessive here. We could be saving this money for a rainier day. Now, because she is happy within a transaction, she's not the right partner for me. She is a good service provider because I am seeing that she is good for her on a job. Then I am thinking that if I don't become partners with her, then I'm going to lose her as a good service provider. For some people, you don't need to partner with them. They are okay in the space where they are getting the reward they are getting. So that's one thing that you need to be checking out when you're partnering up with other people, to say what really motivates them. Is it transactions? So it's got to start and end, and boom, you make some money. And if that's that, then do transactions. You know, do JVs that has a start and end, You're still in partnerships. So there's different partnerships out there that you can do with people based on how people are motivated. And it's not just about people's motivation at that stage as well. Something that I can throw in, which can be point number 3, 4. I think maybe we're now at 6. It doesn't matter. You're getting it right. So once you're getting now to a position now of, let's say, you've covered who they are, you've covered the like-mindedness, you have covered now, how do we work ethics? Are we in sync here? And now you've covered roundabout things that motivate them, right? And how do you know things that motivate them? Gotta spend time with each other. If you're not spending time with each other, then you can't. I'll give you an example. And one of the other guys that I partnered with at earlier on in my journey, he was all about his family. So guess what? At 5 o'clock, his phone was off because he was spending time with his kids, right? He was all about his missus, man. He was like in there. If I didn't know better, I would have said he'd been whipped somehow, but let's not go there. Let's just say he's in love, right? So that partner of mine was in love. And for that reason, right, he cherished his family more than anything else. 5 o'clock, he wanted to be at home. 5 o'clock, he would not respond to any phone calls. 5 o'clock, he wouldn't even look at any emails. And there I am bending the candle roundabout to 2 o'clock in the morning, trying to get the stuff done. And for him, after only when he has dropped his kids at school and he's gone back home, he's made breakfast for his missus, and he's dropped off breakfast for his missus. They've got a small shop, a florist shop down the road, and he's go there, drops off stuff, so she goes in early. Only then does he come to the office, right? Over the weekend, my guy is AWOL, right? He doesn't take calls on Saturdays because he's spending time with his kids. He doesn't take calls on Sunday because he's spending time with his kids. So his priorities are his family. So setting up investor sessions at 6 o'clock to meet investors, this doesn't work for him. You're going against what he has. So for that reason, I'm hoping that you can see all of these things here. But if I'm not engaged with him early in the conversations before we actually partner, I will never know all of these things. I will never know all of these things. Someone is asking me, TJ, why are you wearing a shirt today? I'm going for an interview. Yeah, no. I'm wearing a shirt today because all my t-shirts have run out. With my running, it's summer now, so all my t-shirts are kind of like, I'm beginning to wear like 3 t-shirts in a day, and the t-shirts, the number of t-shirts that I've got is not coping up. So it's like in the morning when I go and run, I'm wearing a t-shirt, and then in the afternoon I'm wearing a t-shirt, and then in the evening when I go and run as well, I'm wearing a t-shirt. So that's why I'm wearing a shirt today. Not that I'm going back to corporate. No, that's not it. Yeah, that was a nice joke. I like that. High five to you, man. High five to you. Okay, cool. On another thing, right, in closing, so when you're partnering up for success, how do you want to partner? So who are you? You got to know who you are. Right now, I'm partnering up with people in a company that's called the M5 Chart. We are fundraising, and I'm saying bring in your a minimum of your 100,000 in there. And together, right, we can be going out there to buy buildings. Right. You know who I am. You know I'm here every day. You know that I've got a team that can go out there and work. They're working on your behalf and my behalf, right? The expectation is very clear on who's doing the work. I'm doing the work with my team, right? And on your side, the expectation is clear. I want 2 things from you. You put down your money, you sit down and you chill, right? The next other thing that I want you then to do is whenever we've got a show and tell, you need to pitch up. When you pitch up with your family. You pitch up with whoever that you want to pitch up with, right? So 2 things that I want from you And the third thing is you will enjoy. So two things. Your 100,000. So in the link below, there is actually, we're having a webinar on tomorrow. Not a webinar, but we're having an info session tomorrow. And if you haven't joined yet and you want to invest alongside me, then you can join in, right? You understand what it's all about so that you put your money away, you're understanding what is happening. That's number one. Number two, all we need is your money. You put in your money in there, we start going to work. So that's number one, the one thing that we are going to request from you. The other thing that we're going to request from you is that you participate in the deals that we're going to be doing by showing up at the show and tell. So whenever we have a show and tell, hey, we just want you to pitch up. Then the third thing, the last thing, whenever the money comes through to you, you need to enjoy it. Yeah, that's all there is to it, right? Invest, relax, pitch up for show and tells, and enjoy your process. That's it. That's it. Yeah, that's it. I enjoy that. Okay, good stuff. It is Wednesday partnerships. So a couple of things that we spoke about in terms of partnership. You can go and do this. You don't have to partner up with me. You can go and do this on your own. Do it. Great. But if you're one of those people that are saying, hey, TJ, I want to invest alongside of you, now you can come through. Boom. It is I, TJ. It is great hanging out with you. Have a good Wednesday, midweek Wednesday. Let's make sure that we make the most of it. Cheers. God bless. Bye.